Hello and welcome to Coming to America. I'm Lyndon Carter, and today we're diving into a crucial topic for anyone planning to move to the US, the TN visa. This visa is specifically for Canadian and Mexican nationals, and it's a fantastic option for professionals seeking to work in the United States. Let's get started. The TN visa, part of the USMCA, United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, allows qualified Canadian and Mexican citizens to work in the U.S. in certain professional occupations. Unlike many other work visas, the TN visa process is relatively straightforward and can be a quicker path to working in the U.S. To qualify for a TN visa, you must 1. Be a citizen of Canada or Mexico. 2. Have a job offer in the U.S. in a profession listed under the USMCA. 3. Possess the necessary qualifications for the job, such as a degree or relevant experience. For Canadian citizens, the application process is quite simple. 1. Obtain a job offer from a U.S. employer. 2. Gather necessary documents, including proof of citizenship, your degree or credentials, and a letter from your employer detailing the job. 3. Work with your employer to generate a letter that clearly addresses all the elements of the USMCA visa requirements. 4. Present these documents at a U.S. port of entry or pre-clearance location. While you have the option of applying at an airport, I chose to apply at a land border to avoid the risk of being turned away and missing my flight. 5. You can apply for the visa up to 10 days before your job is scheduled to start as described in the letter. The start date doesn't need to be the day you start working full-time or in person, so I worked with my employer to specify a start date within 10 days of my border application. This allowed me to work part-time and remotely from Canada until I fully resettled in the US. 6. If approved, you'll receive your TN visa on the spot and can start working in the US immediately. For Mexican citizens, the process involves a few more steps. 1. Obtain a job offer from a U.S. employer. 2. Gather necessary documents, including proof of citizenship, your degree or credentials, and a letter from your employer detailing the job. 3. Apply for a TN visa at a U.S. consulate or embassy in Mexico. 4. Attend an interview at the consulate or embassy, where you'll present your documents and answer questions about your employment. 5. If approved, you'll receive your TN visa and can travel to the U.S. to start working. The TN visa is valid for up to 3 years and can be renewed indefinitely, provided you continue to meet the requirements and have a valid job offer. This makes it a flexible and long-term option for working in the U.S. It's important to note that the TN visa only allows you to work for the employer listed as your sponsor on the offer letter. If you want to change jobs, you'll need to apply for a change of status or reapply at a port of entry to update the employer link to your TN visa. For Canadians, there is no stamp entered on your passport to show your TN visa status. It's all stored online in your electronic I-94. When your TN status is first issued and every subsequent time you cross the border into the U.S., go online to the I-94 website to confirm your TN status. Sometimes the border official may enter you on a visitor visa, which you don't want. If that happens, you'll need to visit a CBP office to have your I-94 corrected. Remember, the TN visa is a non-immigrant visa, meaning you must not have immigration intent when you apply at the port of entry. You may be asked about your intentions and connections to your country of citizenship to ensure you don't seek to move permanently to the U.S. Be prepared to discuss your ties to Canada or Mexico to dispel any concerns. Once I crossed the border with my TN visa approved, I went straight to the Social Security office and applied for my Social Security number. This is vitally important for credit building, which we'll discuss in a later video. The whole process went smoothly because I had taken the time to prepare and coordinate with my employer. This approach gave me the safety net of knowing my visa was approved before showing up at the airport with all of my worldly belongings on a moving truck. While the TN visa process is relatively simple and can often be done on your own with a lot of homework, it's always a good idea to consult with an immigration lawyer if you have any doubts or complex situations. They can provide professional advice and ensure that all your paperwork is in order. Moving to the U.S. can be a daunting process, but the TN visa provides a clear and accessible pathway for Canadian and Mexican professionals. If you're planning to make the move, take advantage of this opportunity and start your journey today. Don't forget to subscribe to Coming to America for more tips and insights on navigating life in the U.S. Good luck. and we look forward to welcoming you to your new home.